Hello everyone! Humankind has built incredible buildings since ancient times, including houses, monuments, and temples to worship the gods. Take, for example, the Egyptian pyramids, which remain a mystery to this day. However, the list of architectural masterpieces is not limited to thousand-year-old buildings. Incredible constructions appear every day in different countries. It's hard to grasp the magnitude of these engineering miracles through the screen of your device, but the history of their construction will surprise you, and it will give you lots of ideas to plan your next trip. So, here are the most insane buildings in the world. Strangest Glass Bridge. A few years ago, an unusual bridge appeared over the Chinese valley of Pinyang and became the favorite place for adrenaline seekers. The impressive crystal structure extends between two mountain peaks at a height of 300 meters above ground level. The building is more than 400 meters long, making it the largest glass bridge ever. According to the architects, the floor of the bridge is made of 3 layers of special glass, which can withstand a temperature range of up to 60 degrees Celsius and wind speeds of up to 220 kilometers per hour. Crash tests were arranged for journalists and non-believers. People hit the bridge with a sledgehammer, and 10 adults jumped over the cracked surface of the glass. The surface withstood all these tests, proving the architect's claims to be true. Curious, the Strangest Bridge was very popular from the first day of construction. It was opened on August 20th, 2016, but 2 weeks later, it had to be temporarily closed until the end of September due to the incredible number of visitors. According to estimates, the bridge could not hold more than 800 people at a time, and the expected daily capacity was 8,000 visitors. But in the first days after the opening, Strangest was visited by 80,000 people every day. The authors of the project were not ready for this. They simply did not have enough tickets and parking spaces. How much did this luxurious bridge cost the Chinese government? According to local media, the construction of the bridge cost almost $3.5 million. Quite a bit, but considering the amount of tourists, they've probably already recovered this money and much more. Sagrada Familia. This is probably the most famous symbol of the Spanish city of Barcelona. It is also one of the largest long-term constructions in the world. This ambitious project by the Catalan architect Antonio Gaudí has been under construction since 1882. The construction is carried out only with donations from parishioners, but that is not a problem. The problem is the incredible complexity of the design. According to his contemporaries, Gaudí was inspired not by architecture textbooks, but by the surrounding nature. For example, he wanted to give the columns the shape of trees and reflect in the decoration images of lizards and snails, which he often found near the site. From the outset, the creator of this majestic temple responded ironically, but categorically to the criticisms of his project. My client is not in a hurry. The architect knew that the construction of the temple would probably not end in his lifetime, so he left a large number of detailed drawings to his successors. In 1926, 44 years after the beginning of the construction of the Sagrada Familia, Gaudí died, and the work continued without his participation. Many masters, including the legendary architect Le Corbusier, suggested leaving the temple incomplete. However, the cathedral is still under construction. Today, they hope it will be completed by 2026, for the centenary of the death of the legendary Gaudí. Singapore National Stadium. As a general rule, a stadium is designed for a specific type of sporting event, as each sport requires its own markings, special surface, and other characteristics. However, Singapore decided not to spend time and money on building many different facilities, erecting instead a 5-in-1 stadium that would hold football, rugby, cricket, and athletics competitions, as well as events and concerts. So far, the stadium has only hosted matches between Asian teams. By the way, the construction of the stadium cost more than $1 billion, and so far, it has not yet paid off.
Oh my God!
The transformation of this construction takes only 48 hours, and the capacity of the stadium is up to 55,000 people. This, despite the fact that the population of the country itself is about 5.5 million people, less than the population of London, for example. It is important to note that all events can be held at the stadium in any weather, as it has the largest sliding mobile dome in the world, with 2 moving parts of more than 300 meters in length each. Wat Rong Khun. There are about 33,000 religious buildings in Thailand, but this one stands out from others for its majesty. Of course, the first thing that attracts the visitor's attention is its impeccable white color, chosen by the architect as a symbol of purity. From a distance, the Buddhist temple looks like the house of the Snow Queen, or a sugar house from a children's fairy tale. The second thing that immediately catches the eye are the incredible ornaments and sculptures, like hands reaching up just at the entrance to the temple. It seems both creepy and fascinating. The temple was built recently, in 1997, and initially received a wave of criticism for its bold use of religious images alongside pop culture references, such as Michael Jackson, Freddy Krueger, the characters from Terminator, and even Harry Potter. All of this, of course, was conceived by the artist not only to draw attention, but as a special technique, which can only be perceived inside the cathedral. The author of the project believes that the mixture of styles allows him to speak of eternal truths with young people and with those who are far from Buddhism. By the way, in 2014, the temple was almost completely destroyed by a major earthquake, but it was quickly restored. In addition, its construction continues to this day. According to the architect's plan, in the future, Wat Rong Kun will become a complex of 9 buildings, including the existing ones: the main building, the relic room, the meditation hall, the art gallery, and the building where the monks live. Green Citadel of Magdeburg. Although this building, located in Magdeburg, Germany, is known as Green Citadel, its facade is done in light pink tones. To be more precise, it is a complex of buildings. In fact, this citadel has everything: residential apartments, a hotel, a theater, shops, cafes, and a kindergarten. This architectural miracle was built in just 2 years. In the warm season, it turns into a flowering garden with grass and trees on the roof, hence its name. No 2 doors or posts are identical throughout the complex. Each decorative element is unique. And also, if you look at the windows of the Green Citadel, you won't be able to see 2 that are identical. There are also no ordinary rectangular rooms due to the curved walls, and the steps of the staircases were built especially a little crooked and aged to create a vintage effect. The result is a fairy tale castle, which also contributes to the preservation of the environment. Wat Samphron. If you didn't know that this is a real place, you might think it's a fairy tale building for a Disney movie. This Thai temple looks more than impressive. It rises to the sky at 80 meters high. This number, by the way, was chosen for a reason. It's the age at which Buddha supposedly died. All along the temple, you can see a majestic dragon, which wraps its powerful body around it several times. This is because for Buddhists, dragons have always symbolized strength, creativity, and most importantly, enlightenment. Therefore, in many countries that profess this religion, statues of dragons decorate the roofs and doors of temples, being both guards and a symbol of intelligence and self-perfection. As for Wat Samphron, everyone can climb to the top floor of the building and touch the beard of the majestic dragon for good luck. If you decide to visit this place, the temple is located just an hour from the Thai capital, Bangkok, in the province of Nakhon Pathom. Gardens by the Bay. Many buildings are not environmentally friendly because of the large amount of materials used and waste produced during construction. But this project, in the heart of Singapore, makes an active contribution to solving environmental problems. The park covers an area of 100 hectares near Marina Bay and consists of several coastal gardens. But one of these gardens is particularly remarkable. This is the Super Tree Grove, a tree structure with a height of 25 to 50 meters. Each of these structures is basically a separate vertical garden that performs a large number of functions. It consists of ferns, orchids, tillandsias, and other beautiful plants. And at the top are several restaurants, which are visited by tourists after walking through the greenhouses. The main characteristic of these constructions are the integrated ecological technologies, from the production of solar energy to simulate the process of photosynthesis, to the collection of rainwater to water the gardens. By the way, this green energy produced by the structures is used to light the complex by night. The construction of the Gardens by the Bay project cost more than $1 billion. Temple on a glass cliff. The last building on our list is another majestic temple located in the Thai province of Phetchabun. It seems that the people of this country love to build grand structures and, let's be honest, they do it very well. The temple on a glass cliff is the embodiment of the modern vision of Buddhist architecture because it was built not very long ago, in 2004. Some even compare the style of this architectural object with Gaudi's creations, mainly because of the mosaics and colorful ornaments. The heart of this building is an incredible statue of 5 white Buddhas, which can be easily seen from afar. All are in a meditative position, and their size decreases from top to bottom. So tourists sometimes even compare the monument to a Russian doll or matryoshka. This is what common people think, but this statue, of course, has a profound meaning. That's all for today. See you soon!